Okay, so it's 5 a.m. and I've just set off on this big cycle to Hanoi. I was supposed to set off at 2:30 or 3 a.m. But basically slept in. Yeah, so this is the beginning. I'm going to record a video like this every 1 hour, 30 seconds. So if it takes 20 hours, the overall time will be about 10 minutes. It's 7 a.m, end of the second hour, and we're 31 kilometers in. So pretty much on track so far. For some reason, Komoot took me on loads of weird small tracks into this village with lots of dead ends. So I just ignored that, and now I found the main road. And Google Maps says the next turning is in 88 kilometers. So I'm gonna drink some condensed milk and crack on with it. It's 8 a.m, end of the third hour, and I've done 49 kilometers, so we're well on track for the 20 hours. I'm starting to feel quite sick from that condensed milk, but generally good. This road goes on for another 70 kilometers before any turn-off, and it's pretty smooth. So let's just keep going. We're 4 hours in, it's 9 a.m, and I've done 68 kilometers. So 60 kilometers is 15 kilometers per hour. So we're 8 kilometers over the schedule for the 20-hour target. It's 10 a.m, 5 hours in. I just stopped for a coffee, which was good, and asked for a second one, which was even better. And yeah, 76 kilometers down, so we're sort of back to being just about back on track from being a little bit ahead after the coffee stop. Probably stopped for about 20 minutes. It's 11 a.m. and I'm 98 kilometers in. I bought a couple of dragon fruits and have a deal with myself that I'm going to eat one when I get to 100 kilometers and then another one when I get to 200 kilometers. So looking forward to that. Just 2 more kilometers to go. It's just gone 2 p.m. and I'm at 127 kilometers. Still a long way to go. Starting to feel a little bit tired now. But let's keep going. 10 hours in, 3 p.m. and we're 145 kilometers down. So getting towards halfway. It's getting to that stage where part of you wants to be comfortable and pack it in. And this part of you is trying to convince the rest of you that that's what we should do. And it does so by means of throwing up distractions or little pains here and there. But it's just one of those things that passes over time. It's kind of like going through an area of fog, and getting through the other side, and you feel better again. So it's 4 o'clock and we're about halfway. I was just stopping for a coffee and then saw these two road cyclists go past. And so quickly paid for the coffee, chased after them. Unfortunately, they were going quite slow. I was kind of hoping to get a slipstream. But after riding with them for a while and slowly pushing ahead, one of them shot off and was doing 30 kilometers an hour. So I was able to get a good slipstream for just a couple of kilometers, and then he broke off. His friend was further back. But that set me on a pretty good momentum after stopping for a coffee for half an hour or so. So it's just gone 5 o'clock and the total distance covered so far is 168 kilometers. So we're past halfway. I just accidentally went onto the highway and then was basically kicked off by somebody. I need to start to get a grip. I'm starting to dilly-dally a bit. It's 6 p.m. now and I've done like 178 kilometers, but I've kind of been losing track of the kilometers and the time because my mind keeps wandering onto lots of different things, like what I need to do, all sorts of things, and I keep getting distracted. But there's still 120 kilometers to go, and it's getting dark. So it's 7 p.m. now. I did not succeed in doing 15 kilometers in the last hour because I stopped for dinner, got some noodle soup. But I did 10 kilometers, so that's all right. So a couple of funny things just happened. I was just cycling along, and the first little thing that happened was a motorbike stopped to talk to me, chatted for a while. He went on his way, but I wanted to like get his slipstream, but he shot off too fast, so I wasn't able to get his slipstream. You know, like going behind the motorbike to get the air resistance advantage. But then there was another motorbike that was going just the right speed, and I got behind that one, and it was this woman who then stopped. She saw that I was behind her and then stopped and said, "Oh, come and like eat food at my restaurant or something," and introduced me to a friend, then bought me food at this restaurant, and then this guy turned up, and he like started a live stream.
Biết rồi.
Nice. It's just gone midnight and I've done so far 240 kilometers. Still got about 50 to go. And it's starting to get a little bit difficult. It's starting to get quite tired, worn out. 50 kilometers feels like quite a long way. So it's 8 a.m. the next day. I haven't made it to Hanoi yet. So I didn't do the 280 kilometers in a day, but did do 250. So I'm kind of satisfied with that. It got to like 1 a.m. and then I basically passed out behind some rubble next to the road till it got too cold, and then got back on the bike, passed out on some grass like an hour later, woke up at 3 a.m. and then thought, oh, maybe I'll just put my sleeping bag somewhere and lie down, and slept pretty well until now. So it's still like 35 kilometers to Hanoi. That should be fine. I'll get some breakfast and crack on.